I'm gonna go take a look around my neighborhood, the On Nut area of Bangkok. You can see the train tracks below, that Sukhumvit Road. I'd say kind of the main drag through Bangkok. This is the greater downtown area, if you want to call it that. So I'm 4 or 5 train stops away. Off in the distance is the Chao Phraya River. So this area down here to the freeway is On Nut. Over here would be the base building on Sukhumvit 77. I forget the name of this one. I think it's Coop 77 maybe. And off in the distance is the Artemis building on 77, Soi 77, and across the way I think that's Lumpini on 77. We also have a Big C supermarket on Soi 77, and across the way you can see the train coming into the station. That's the On Nut station. Is another large kind of Walmart supermarket, a Lotus. Block 77 or something else. This is the building right across the street. My friend lives over there. And this is a typical street here in Bangkok. This is Soi 77. Good luck getting across the street. You can do it, but they don't yield much to pedestrians. What you need to do is go down about a block and a half, and there are walkways to get over the traffic. This is the Big C. It's just a big grocery store, plus they sell small appliances, that kind of thing. If you have your choice of buildings, try to get as close as you can to a Big C or a Tesco Lotus, a Foodland. They're a little smaller. But these Big Cs, they really have everything you need. There's also, I think, a KFC and the Lotus across the way here. I'm lucky to have 2 within 2 blocks of my condo. So they have everything you need. Pizza Hut, all kinds of Thai food. They both have food courts with really cheap, less than $2 for a really good plate Thai food. Looks like a new Skechers store opened. The Big C is also kind of the neighborhood area to do your banking. You'll find mini branches in the Big C. Same with Tesco Lotus, your Bangkok banks, these kind of things. Plus all the major cell phone companies, DTAC, AIS, True. There'll be a small branch in there to go pay your bill or get a question answered. On the walk from the Big C to the BTS train, there's no shortage of food stalls. You can get your hair cut, buy a dress, get your cell phone fixed. These stands usually stay open till around midnight. If you just wander a block or 2 off of Sukhumvit, come back, you'll find all kind of cool hotels and little bars tucked away back here, mostly for the neighborhood. But any Soi you wander up, just get off the main drag, you're gonna find all kinds of interesting things. I see a wood-fired pizza place. Anywhere you're walking in Bangkok, you have to be mindful of the sidewalk. They use these pavers rather than laying concrete. So sometimes the paver will be flipped up, you can twist an ankle pretty easy. Best case scenario is you might squish down on a paver and just get covered in nasty water from the rain shower. Near most train stations in Bangkok, you're gonna find these night markets. Some open around noon, but they're more for the cooler evening hours where people are out shopping. You can buy anything, get your nails done, hair done, anything. Jump off the train, get a haircut. This is the green line of the BTS SkyTrain running down Sukhumvit, right above it. We're in On Nut. The next station would be Prakanong, Ekamai, Thong Lo, Prampong, and then Asok. Asok, if I were to have to name it, would be the Times Square of Bangkok. the Soy Cowboy red light district is here. Nana, big red light district is here. So this is a very popular area, as you can imagine, for expats and visitors. I wouldn't want to live here. I mean, I wouldn't mind it. It's just twice as expensive, twice as noisy. And from where I'm at, there's still plenty to do here in the neighborhood. Going back 5-10 blocks off of any of these train stops, you're going to find 100 things to do instead of having to go all the way to Asok. But if you want to go to Asok, it's 15 minutes on the train and less than $1. Really good advice is when you're looking at condos, start with the ones that are right on the train. Now, I didn't take my own advice. That's my building, Knightsbridge, if you can see it. It's maybe 3 blocks in. I enjoy the walk unless it's pouring rain, and the rain here is kind of monsoonal. So if you get off the train and it's pouring, you wait 5 minutes and it's passed. But I enjoy the walk to go back there, get a little exercise after a few beers. Plus, you pass a couple of 7-Elevens, a grocery store, a million food stalls, all kinds of things, rather than just getting off the train and running right into your condo. But try to stay somewhat close to the Sukhumvit line as a rookie, at least for the first year, and then come out and then move to any part of the city you'd like. But staying close to the train, even 3-4 blocks away, will really help you out in the long run. On the other side of Soy 77 is Soy 50. So no, the streets don't match up, but this is the Lotus, another big grocery store. There's like a home center in there, DIY I think it's called. You can find anything in Lotus, from your food to towels, fans. You can buy a TV, computer in there. Plus, you'll find all the branches of the banks, just like Big C. This one has a Pizza Hut. Watson's is a drugstore. But over here, Soy 50. So this again is Sukhumvit. Over here would be Soy 77. We've came up to the En Route station, crossed over. We're now in the Lotus shopping area. So right behind that building, I'll walk down there, but you can kind of see some Christmas lights. There's a string of, I'll call them neighborhood bars. There's maybe 10 of them, an Indian restaurant, a really good burger place that tries to be in and out, and they do a pretty good job of it. Different things down there. For all these people that live in this area, they don't want to get on a train and go 15 minutes every time they want to have a drink. The Grab drivers, Grab and Panda Foods, they do is they camp out in these larger shopping centers. When you order on Grab, just like Uber Eats, these guys run in there, scoop it up, zip it right to your condo in usually 20 minutes, and it's 20 baht. What's that, 60 cents, 70 cents? Really good deal, especially with the heat and the rain and all. It's a little too easy to order food 24 hours a day. End of the road is Sukhumvit. Above is the train. En Route and the Lotus are to the right. I don't know what the name of this big building is, right on Soy 50. Rhythm, maybe? You come over here and you have a 7-Eleven, an Indian restaurant, a couple of wine restaurants, and 5 or 6, I'll call them beer bars. There's no bar girls, nothing like that. It's just go in, have a beer, reasonable price. It's about 6:35, so they're empty. 7:30, 8 o'clock, they'll be packed until midnight when it relatively cools down. One thing you have to be careful of is running across the street. This isn't traffic at all. In the morning, this will be 100 times worse. But these cars do not yield to pedestrians at all. I guess it's because traffic is just so bad in Bangkok that when you have some open road, you just go as fast as you can. If there's somebody walking across the road, they better jump out of your way. Again, I might be exaggerating a little, but you're not in Sweden or someplace where, you know, everybody's gonna slam their brakes on for a bicycle crossing the road. Just watch yourself. Again, it's early and these places all fill up. Once it cools down into the nice 70 degrees, wishful thinking. Maybe it doesn't get quite that cool, but usually the breeze picks up, kind of like a Vegas thing. Breeze will pick up at night and it just feels great. It's about 6:30 p.m. I'm just now heading out. It's cooling down 20 degrees from what it was 2 hours ago. It's still hot, but you know, this is Bangkok. It's always going to be hot. Again, the En Nut area, this Soi 50, it's kind of the main area, I'd guess. On the other side, where I live, Soi 77, that's another happening spot. From here, actually a couple of train stops down is Udom Suk. That's getting to be the new En Nut, I guess. En Nut's getting a little more expensive. Well, we'll go 2 more train stops to Udom Suk, and things are a little bit cheaper. There's plenty to do down there. I forgot to mention as well, that's the Lotus, and right on the other side of the train stop, there's a small mall called the Century. There's a McDonald's, a bunch of places to shop, get your clothes cleaned, and there's a movie theater. Most of the really nice movie theaters are more in the Asok area or the Siam, kind of Siam Central BTS stop. They have the really fancy IMAX theaters. But I went to a movie over here. It's a nice screen and affordable. I think it was about $6 US. Probably cheaper if you go on a Tuesday or Wednesday. You got motorbikes that'll take you anywhere you want to go, Japanese restaurants, sushi, wood-fired pizza, and a host of little bars. That's one of my favorite bars around the corner here is Cheap Charlie's. I can't really go over there. They're playing copyrighted music. So that's a look at the En Nut area. Again, I don't pretend to be any kind of expert. Soi 50, Soi 77, Soi 81 has lower rise apartments, a lot of 8-story kind of buildings. If you want to get in one of these high rises like I did, there's a lot of them over there on Soi 77. Again, these 8-story buildings are not bad. They're bigger. They certainly have bigger balconies and all. They might not have a fancy rooftop pool or whatever, but they're still really nice apartments. So check it out. You need an umbrella. Now, I've lived in San Diego most of my life. I've never owned or carried an umbrella in my life. But over here, I've been here 2 months and I've probably bought 4 umbrellas. Luckily, they're $3 and they're destroyed, you know, the second time you use it. But pick yourself up a decent travel kind of size umbrella and you're gonna carry that silly thing around in a backpack most of the place you go during the rainy season, because it will rain 75% of most evenings. Again, you got to watch yourself crossing these busy roads. Nobody, especially these motorcycle taxis, are going to stop for you. You walk out, they seem to speed up. So you just got to watch yourself. You got to be committed and just go for it. I'm gonna give it a try here. If you think you walk up to the corner and there's some kind of crosswalk that's safer, you're highly mistaken. All right, nobody's stopping for me. We're gonna go over here, and we're gonna go over here. All right, I got a couple of dirty looks, but I made it across. It's funny because the Thai people are just some of the most mellow, friendly people in the world until they get in a car or on a motorbike, and then it's kind of Death Wish 2000 or whatever that movie was. When you've got a clear opening, you just hammer it. And if some idiot like me is trying to cross the road, he better get out of your way. If you think you're going to move over to Bangkok and survive on Pizza Hut and Burger King and McDonald's, you can do that, but it's not cheap. I got a medium Pizza Hut pizza and I think it was $9 or something. Again, not the end of the world, but you're not going to get 2 large pizzas for $12 and 2 liters. That doesn't happen over here. You're going to get a little 9-ounce can of soda and a small pizza, and it's going to cost you 5 times as much as a Thai meal. And there's no way you'd get across Sukhumvit. You have to use the train platform to cross over and then cross back down. In between train stops, you'll find 1, if you're lucky, 2 just dedicated walkways going across. You'll see this everywhere in Thailand. It's almost as though whoever runs a new line just wraps it around the other line, and next thing you know, there's 200 cable and different internet lines. Oh, you also find a Tops Market in the basement of the Century Movie Plaza. Tops is super catered to expats. You'll find all kinds of different things from England or the US or Australia, but you're gonna pay top dollar for them.